stuff like shadow forking mainnet next week.
Welcome to the RabidMining YouTube channel, everyone. This is just a quick video, but it looks like we may have a delay in the difficulty bomb, which means Ethereum's merge may be delayed. Also, the shadow merge may be beginning on Mainnet next week. So if you're unfamiliar with the shadow merge, I do have some clips here we're going to play out. We're going to watch what the devs do say just about the merge section here. So if you're interested in this, be sure to watch it. If not, then, you know, this quick sum up will already get you through the whole video. But the shadow merge is set to happen next week on Mainnet. The shadow merge, what it means is it's pretty much flipping a switch on and off between proof of work and proof of stake. So that's how they're going to be testing this. So you're still going to be mining away, but proof of stake will be validating blocks. So that may mean that revenue will drop while POS is on because the miners aren't doing anything at that point. POS is taking over the entire network. And you're not going to know when it's happening other than maybe looking at Etherscan and wondering, you know, where the block rewards are going. How come your rewards went down? I don't know how much it's going to affect that yet, but let's just look into this, and these things are coming.
Yeah, so basically, I guess, you know, everyone's aware the difficulty bomb is set to happen. It's going to start being felt around June and kind of slowly ramp up from there. TJ Rush and others, somebody else has like a Dune analytics dashboards, and Vitalik has a script which estimates it. And basically, roughly around like the end of July is when you start getting blocks which would exceed like 17 seconds, which seems pretty long. And it's hard to, all these are estimates. It's really hard to estimate how quickly the bomb goes off once it actually starts having a bigger impact on the overall hash rates. It's probably even harder to estimate now because if the merge is the next upgrade, people might start selling their miners.
People will start selling their miners. So we have been talking about this very issue for quite some time now in the past few live streams. So what they mean here is they can't tell us miners when they're actually going to have it. Because if they say, you know, we're going to put the merge on next update, people start selling miners, the difficulty comes down. And then if they run into issues, obviously everyone's going to have to go back, buy more miners, whatever else comes down to it. You know, yes, you can just swap over to another coin. You know, it's not going to be that easy. Yes, it's simple to swap to another coin on a GPU. But the fact of the matter is there's so much hash rate on Ethereum that the top 10 coins can easily get at least a 5 times difficulty increase and make them all unprofitable on GPUs. GPU mining is going to change. It's okay to shut your rigs off at that point, but keep them. I wouldn't really sell them. But again, do your own research and do what you want to do. But GPU mining is drastically going to change once Ethereum is gone.
So take all these, you know, dates with like a grain of salt. But basically, I think if we want to avoid pushing back the bomb, what you'd want is ideally not reach like 17-second block times, and people can, you know, disagree on the number. It feels like 14, 15 might not be too terrible. And a few calls ago, Vitalik had this idea where if anyways we are gonna put out a release with sort of a fake fork block in order to like disconnect nodes who haven't upgraded from the merge. So just changing the fork ID, we could do kind of a mini bomb pushback, but that only buys us a couple of weeks because it means that like we need to make sure that you know, by the time the pushback happens on mainnet, the bomb is still manageable. So all this to say, if we want to like aim for that sweet spot of like we upgrade and run through the merge kind of before we hit like 17 or more second block times, working backward, if you want to have, you know, reasonable time for like a mainnet announcement and then reasonable time for test nets, we probably need to make, well, I guess we need to make a call about like the testnet fork blocks about a month from now. So like not necessarily the next all core devs, but the one after. I think if we're in the spot like late April, we're not ready to say, you know, the fork is going to happen on testnets in like a couple weeks, then I think we probably want to consider like a longer bomb delay, and how long is something we can, you know, we can discuss. But I think that's roughly where we're at right now. Where if like in a month, basically 4 weeks from today, we're comfortable saying we're going to fork the testnets in another like 3 to 4 weeks, I think we're in a good spot to only need probably like a sort of mini bomb delay, which we can include with the merge release. If in 4 weeks, basically, we're not confident about moving to testnets, then I think it makes sense to just delay the bomb a bit more independently, and then you know, for testnets when we're confident in the client releases. And obviously, you know, stuff like shadow forking mainnet next week will give us a lot of data about, you know, how many more issues do we find. And yeah, I guess just general client readiness to implement all the stuff we just discussed. Yeah, so that's roughly my point of view. Curious if anybody else has thoughts.
That all sounds like a reasonable approach to the timeline.
Marek, your hand is up.
I think it is good plan to observe that, but one comment from my side is that I think that we should run the testnet, public testnet, for a longer time. The first testnet should be, I don't know, 1 month or something, not like a week after. Let's run the first testnet, and a week after the first testnet, we are running second testnet. And that is my opinion, of course. Don't know what you are thinking about it.
And is that this?
And we have Tim Baco's response here. And my personal preference, if we push it back, is to not push it back too long. Example, 3 months versus 6 to 9 months. So they don't want to tell us, even if it is, you know, 9 months, 12 months down the road, they only want to trickle in 3-month periods at a time. So they are talking about a potential extension to the difficulty bomb, which means we're talking about an extension on potentially the merge. So is ETH extended? Maybe till September, maybe till the end of the year. Again, maybe even sometime early next year. We don't know, but things are looking like Ethereum mining will be around a lot longer, but things will be changing. One being the shadow merge. Well, that does wrap up this video. Just firing out a quick one here, giving in the information that currently we have available. So fast sum up here. We have the shadow merge potentially coming on mainnet. I didn't think it would be coming so quick. I did know they were doing this on testnet. We talked about it previously, but mainnet may be as early as next week. And again, the shadow merge is when they flip the switch. POS will be validating blocks on mainnet, and that's how they're kind of finally testing to see if the POS merger will work according to plan. So POS will be validating mainnet blocks alongside a dual chain split with proof of work. Each time 100% POS, each time 100% POW. You don't know when the switch is being flipped other than the devs because they're the one doing it. But as a mining standpoint, we may see profit losses while they're doing these tests. We may see revert backwards in blocks. We may see all sorts of crazy things go on depending on the issues that happen during the shadow merge. So be prepared. Starting next week, the shadow merge. Also looks like they're talking about the difficulty bomb potentially being delayed. So that means the merge in general could potentially be delayed. So much love, everyone. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. I'll see you guys on the next one. Rabid out. Thank you for watching my video. And if you haven't seen one of these, be sure to check them out. And if you already seen them, maybe you missed some, might have to watch it one more time. And if you just let it play in the background, that's all right as well. I do try to live stream every weekend as well as every couple days during the week. So be sure to be subscribed so you don't miss that. As always, have a great day.